Hi everybody. Now I know at Pollington that you're doing some work about palm crosses, and I think you're probably going to be doing some work at Cowick at some point about palm crosses too. So I'm just popping in to tell you a little bit about why Christians use a palm cross and when they use it as well. Before we do that, though, I have to apologise for my appearance. My hair is driving me absolutely mad because it's not been cut for so long. I'm sporting a very interesting headband at the moment just to try to get the hair out of my eyes. I hope you're all surviving okay back at school and are enjoying being back with your friends, and I hope that your teachers are doing okay too. So, palm crosses. On Palm Sunday every year, Christians use a palm cross. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story behind that and why we use them. So the story is found in the Bible, in the Gospel of Matthew in chapter 21. So I'm going to read you a little bit of the Gospel of Matthew. When they had come near Jerusalem and had reached Bethphage at the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying to them, "Go into the village ahead of you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, just say this: 'The Lord needs them,' and he will send them immediately." This took place to fulfill what had been spoken through the prophets, saying, "Tell the daughters of Zion, look, your king is coming, humble and mounted on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a donkey." The disciples went and did as Jesus had directed them. They brought the donkey and the colt, and put their cloaks on them, and he sat on them. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowd that went ahead of them, and those following, shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest!" When he entered Jerusalem, the whole city was in turmoil. "Who is this?" the crowd were saying. "This is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth in Galilee." So the story of Palm Sunday all happened in the week before Easter Sunday. So the previous Sunday to Easter Sunday is called Palm Sunday, and we remember Jesus coming into Jerusalem, and he's welcomed as a king. People put their cloaks down on the road, and people tear branches off the trees and put them down to strew in front of him in his way. Now you notice it doesn't actually say palms, but you would know that in the Holy Land there are lots of palm trees, unlike here. And so, although in the story people tore down branches from trees, in a lot of churches it wouldn't be extremely practical to tear down lots of branches of trees. It also probably wouldn't make the tree very happy. And so instead, we have a palm cross, which reminds us of Palm Sunday, which reminds us of Jesus being welcomed into Jerusalem as a king. And it's also in a cross shape because we're looking forward to what happens in Holy Week. We know it begins with triumph on Palm Sunday, and we know that it goes to Maundy Thursday, where Jesus washes his disciples' feet and Judas betrays him. We know it then goes to Good Friday, where Jesus is crucified. And then nothing happens on Saturday. And then on Easter Sunday, Jesus rises from the dead and defeats death. And so this palm cross reminds us of that story. Palm crosses also have another use in the church, because we're supposed to have a palm cross each year, a new palm cross each year. And at Ash Wednesday, which is the start of Lent, some churches burn the crosses from the previous year, and that makes the ashes that then they will put on the heads of people in the church to remind them that they are but dust and ashes. However, I once tried to burn a palm cross, and it's a lot harder than you think. I tried to set fire to it with a lighter, and it just snuffed itself out. I tried to pour oil on it to see if that would make it set fire even better. And it was really difficult. Eventually, I put a few in a frying pan with some paper and tried to get them to light that way. What I ended up with was standing on the doorstep with a pan half on fire, stinking, which was really embarrassing. So I don't bother burning palm crosses now. I just buy the ash from the church supply shop. So that's what Palm Sunday is all about. And some of you might remember from a few years ago when we did the Holy Week roller coaster. Because Holy Week, starting with Palm Sunday and ending with Easter Sunday, is a little bit like a roller coaster. And so I'm going to encourage you to take part in the Good Friday roller coaster, in the Holy Week roller coaster. So we're going to start on Palm Sunday when everything is exciting. There's all the expectation of Jesus arriving in Jerusalem. People are waving their palms and they're welcoming him in as a king. They're laying down their cloaks on the floor for him. And that's a little bit like when you go up a roller coaster. So you start, don't you? And the little car starts to go. And you're usually going up a little hill, like that. And then you get to the top of it, and suddenly you're off. Woo! And it's like Palm Sunday, being in Jerusalem. Everybody's really excited as they're flying down the hill. 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 And then they come to a bit of a stop. And that is Maundy Thursday, when Jesus has food and drink with his disciples, and then one of them betrays him. And then the roller coaster starts again, and it starts to go backwards this time. So you're going back up the hill, backwards. And that's like Good Friday, when Jesus is taken to the cross, and all the people that were so excited to welcome him on Palm Sunday suddenly turn against him. So it's like that horrible part on the roller coaster when you don't like it anymore and you want to get off. And then it stops again. And it stops for a while. And you think, is it broken? And that's like Easter Saturday, when nothing very much happens. And then suddenly you're off again. And it's Easter Sunday, and it's amazing because Jesus has risen from the dead. And you're flying and you're loving it, and it's wonderful. So perhaps you're going to enjoy doing the Holy Week roller coaster. But most of all, we remember that palm crosses remind us of the Sunday before Easter, when Jesus triumphantly arrived in Jerusalem and was treated as a king. See you soon!